In the previous program, we mentioned that Sun Wukong was recruited by the heavenly court and a bird's horse was sealed off, but he was angry and left by the clerk in the royal horse. The Jade Emperor's first recruitment ended in failure. As soon as the old Sun returned to Huaguo Mountain, he raised a big flag with 4 big characters written on it, the Monkey King. Why did Sun Wukong call Monkey King instead of other more domineering names? In fact, when Sun Wukong returned to Huaguo Mountain, he didn't want to be the Monkey King at all. It's great to be a Monkey King, and he is also a king, right? But, some people insist on letting him be the Monkey King. This is described in the original text. I was drinking and meeting someone to report, oh, there are 2 single-horned ghost kings outside the door to see the king. I have heard that the king Zhaoxian was able to see him. Now I saw the king receiving the deer and returned with great honor. When I saw him with the yellow robe. I celebrated with him. I was willing to give up and compare him. I also received the help of a little dog and a horse. This one-horned ghost king came to join Sun Wukong as soon as Sun Wukong returned to Huaguo Mountain. How did they know that Sun Wukong was back? When the ghost king heard that Sun Wukong was sitting on a horse in the sky, he asked and said, "The king, if you have this magical power, how can you sit with him to raise a horse? What's wrong with being a monkey king?" These 2 unicorn ghost kings blurted out the 4 words the Monkey King and immediately judged that Sun Wukong was disgusted with his official position. Coincidentally, they also brought a yellow robe with them, which was quite matched with the title of Monkey King. What is the purpose of the unicorn ghost king suddenly coming to the door? It is to make Sun Wukong the Monkey King, and the name of the Monkey King was not given by Sun Wukong, nor was it given by the monkeys in Huaguo Mountain. But it was given by 2 unicorn ghost kings who had no idea of their origin. It can be said that the 4 words the Monkey King are so wonderful. What is the wonder? Its scale is just right. Let's take a look at what is the full name of the Jade Emperor. The Saint in the Sky, the great lyrics of the benevolent Jade Emperor and the great heavenly Emperor, the mysterious and luxurious God. Pay attention to the 4 words mentioned above, they are called the Holy Saint of the Heaven and the Great Saint of the Monkey King. Hey, if Sun Wukong wants to rebel, then his name must be higher than that of the Jade Emperor to be rebellious. It should be higher than the sky, and even more holy than the top saint. As a result, he only called one Monkey King, but he was not the Supreme Saint, but the Great Saint. If he really wants to rebel, he should be called the Great Emperor of the Great Saint of Heaven. So, Sun Wukong called him the Monkey King. Nothing is amazing. He did not offend any gods because he was just as close as the sky above his head, and the gods still lived in the sky, right? Therefore, the Unicorn Ghost King essentially made a request for Sun Wukong that he wanted to be an official, but not to be Kmoan, but to be the Monkey King. The title of Jade Emperor Monkey King is completely acceptable, which laid the groundwork for the second recruitment. Is this name really given by these 2 inexplicable one-horned ghost kings? Behind these 2 unicorn ghost kings, we are divided into 2 parts. Just talking about Sun Wukong, he didn't even call him a greeting and left. How should this matter be determined in heaven? Is it the boss's squid? Even so, it's just running away. Why can't the heavenly court fight against Sun Wukong? So he can't be a monkey underground? Well, it really can't be, because someone wants Sun Wukong to die. But the Jade Emperor came to court the next day and saw Zhang Tianchi going to the court because of the traitors between Yuma and Ma, and the result was defeated. Long live the new KYMPH when Sun Wukong, because he was a little virtuous official, went to Tiangong yesterday. What is the characterization of the people in Yuma's family to Sun Wukong? If you turn to the heavenly palace, Sun Wukong just stopped the palace and just gave him a punishment. However, rebellion will change in nature and will be exterminated. This Yumajian wants to put Sun Wukong to death so that he will never think about raising horses in his next life. Sun Wukong ran away when he said that the Jade Emperor was shameless, and he still had to fight this board. It can be said that the Jade Emperor was so disappointed with the monkey and had let down his good intentions. Beating is kissing or love. If you don't have enough feelings, then you will kick your feet. Now we have to do it together with the old battles. The previous one was because Sun Wukong was recruited by the Jade Emperor and he was appointed as an official. He made a big fuss about the Dragon Palace and the underworld, so he did not pursue it. Now it's different. If you go to Tianting, we have to forgive our sins and do justice. If we don't beat Sun Wukong, how can this Jade Emperor convince the public? Therefore, when the Jade Emperor heard this, he sent an order, and sent 2 priests to his posts to send heavenly soldiers to capture the monster. At this time, the 3rd prince of the Tuota, Li Tianwang and Neza flashed out of the troop. The Moonlight report said, "Long live, I am not talented, I asked for an order to surrender my son and monster." King Li Tian of Tuota took the initiative to ask for the battle. I think that was quite confident in himself, but the result of encirclement and suppression of Huaguo Mountain can be said to be a mess. First of all, this giant spirit god, his pancakes were beaten into 2 pieces by Sun Wukong. Neza sounds very powerful, but after fighting Sun Wukong for 30 rounds, old Sun pulled out a monkey hair and turned it into his true form, resisting Neza. And his needle body secretly walked behind Neza and injured Neza's arm. The King of Heaven was shocked. How could this magical power win? The Prince Neza said, a big flag was erected outside his cave, with the words "the Great Sage of the Monkey King" written on it, and he praised himself, asking the Jade Emperor to be the Great Sage of the Monkey King, and to cultivate everything. If he did not give this title, he would definitely be in the Lingxiao Palace. The way of the Heavenly King, since that's the case, don't quarrel with him. Let's go back to heaven. Let's talk about this to the Jade Emperor. Look at this Jade Emperor, he is named the Monkey King. Let's send more soldiers and generals to catch these silk, let's discuss it. Seeing that his son was injured, the King of Tuota withdrew his troops without hesitation. The King of Tuota brought a group of thugs and retreated after only 2 rounds. The only result of the battle is to bring in information, which is Sun Wukong, who wants to be the Monkey King. The question is this Li Tianwang really unable to beat Sun Wukong, or does he not want to fight Sun Wukong at all? Are the heavenly soldiers and generals he brought with him all decorations? If you can't beat them in a single piece, you will fight together and then withdraw your troops. What does this mean? If you do this, first of all, your son is injured. If you don't avenge your son, it is unkind. The second is that you, the King of Tuota, stands out and wants to encircle and suppress the Huaguo Mountain and deal with the monkey, but you don't go into battle yourself. You are not brave. Third, you can fight, but you don't fight and retreat without fighting. This is embarrassing the heavenly court. You are disloyal. What does your unfaithful and unfaithful act mean? So, King Li didn't want to fight Sun Wukong at all, he was just letting go. So, if King Li's actions are so embarrassing and so unbearable to the face of heavenly court, how should the Jade Emperor deal with him? The result was that he pretended that he didn't see it, and Lao Li had nothing to do and didn't even get criticized. The Jade Emperor said in surprise, "How dare this demon monkey be so rampant? It doesn't matter, I will send a lieutenant general immediately and get it right away." Just as he was talking, Tai Bai Venus flashed out from the class again, and the song went on. The monster monkey only knew how to say something, not how big or small, and fought with his family soldiers. He wanted to be unable to subdue for a while, and instead lost his efforts. It would be better to be a general amnesty and to talk about Zhaoen's will, and to call him a monarch, just to add a free time for him, and there is no way out. Okay, this is too by jinxing, and he likes to strengthen it too much. He once again proposed to recruit Sun Wukong. I have to say that this old Bai is really trying to do anything and is determined to carry out the recruitment to the end. So what are the reasons and excuses for this recruitment? That's what the Jade Emperor said. The first one was to encircle and suppress it, but the encircle and suppression failed. Even King Li couldn't do anything about it, so we don't have to pay that, right? Second, Tai Bai jinxing pleads with mercy, right? He still has to give this face. Third, Sun Wukong can accept the conditions of making him a Monkey King. People have made it clear, so there is no need to use force if it can be negotiated and resolved. Sun Wukong used his actions to prove a Liangshan motto, be an official, kill people, set fire, and be recruited. So everyone understands that the King Li Tianjia deliberately lets water out of the water in an attempt to recruit Sun Wukong and serve as the microphone for Sun Wukong and Heavenly Court. This King Li Tian and Tai Bai jinxing are in the same group. The purpose is to bring Sun Wukong to the Heavenly Court. But with such a major decision, can Li Tianwang and Tai Bai jinxing make the decision themselves? Who is behind them? What is the purpose of Heavenly Court trying to make Sun Wukong up in every way? Don't walk away, and then tell you about Journey to the West.